Okay. All right.
Boy, do we have some fun today. I don't.
Boy, we don't have to have anything planned. That's the best part about it. We can just talk about
It's two
the
white
last
guys talking
weekend.
about shit.
Yeah, don't have the podcast. Please show up. We'll get in trouble.
Beto.
So, how you do? What do we know? Episode podcast
Welcome
is this?
people back. You have one
Hi,
job on
everyone.
this goddamn podcast, and
Hello,
you should do
everyone.
it.
Welcome to the. Okay, hold on. Hello, everyone, to the You Don't Have to Be Right podcast, where I don't have to intro correctly and you don't have to care. I'm Aaron. This is my co-host Wesley. Wesley was right on my screen. Fuck you. We are here today to talk about random stuff. Probably a lot about how we had to do a lot of cleaning this weekend, and it was awful, but we're pretty much done.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I guess we can start off with how you liking the new office. It looks like it's not done yet, but your desk is there.
I got my desk in though, and that was the huge hurdle because I record Wednesday as well. So now I can do my recordings.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So now I am good to record, which is great. That was needed. So the office has some stuff that, like, there's a couch here that I am assembling. That's going to be in here with my TV setup and my all my game systems. So it's going to be a cool thing.
So this is I know where you live. This is like the detached space from the main house, right?
I know where you live. Yes, it is the detached space.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
For those who don't know, Jodo moved in with people.
I'm
being vague. I don't know. But there's a big detached place from where he's at, and basically he has his own office. He can yell and scream, and he will only wake up the deer and wolves.
Yeah, exactly. And then they'll eat me alive, and then
Two of them.
I'll, yeah, the wolves.
Are there wolves on the island? I don't know.
I think so.
I coyotes, I think.
There's coyotes, but I don't think about wolves.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so it's
bear
nice.
Bear swims over once in a while.
Yeah, every now and again, a cougar, a bear, you know. But I have a nice office space that's going to be good. There is 25% less stuff in here than there was yesterday, so that's good.
Oh my goodness.
It's a combination of
where was your he moved back in with his parents, but not like a high schooler moving back in with his parents.
Like
but he did it as like
the house type thing.
Yeah, like there's an arrangement.
It was a storehouse basically. This turned into a storage facility. Yeah. So it had to get gone through.
It still has to get gone through. It looks like with all the boxes back there.
Yep.
I'm no better. There's like plates on a chair behind me that I just realized now, and I'm just like, I don't know how to fix that. I'm gonna roll. That was lunch.
There we go. Yeah, plates.
It was brats and broccoli. So
hey, brats and broccoli. That sounds good.
Not bad.
Yeah, it's like brats and broccoli.
It's good.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's good. So you're gonna be able to start playing games again?
Yeah, I think so. I need to get my Eero over here though.
Your Eero?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm on wireless now.
Yeah.
I'm doing wireless internet for this computer.
You know what? That might be why you sound a little weird, because it's the buzz of the wireless nonsense. I'm wireless though, and I don't have that. You have a slight buzz, not like when you're talking, but it's like it just feels like a little slightly less high audio quality. That actually could be Discord though, because we need to. That's a really I understand why you do it, but it's a really annoying thing. Is they have the recording quality in Discord really low unless you boost your server. And so that's the thing we might want to start doing with our Patreon money, is just we just need a single boost on this server, and then we'll be able to have higher audio stuff. So it's a thing we can do. It's like $3 or something a month. So
that's not bad.
Not a big thing. It's just because I already have. When you have, that works too.
Yeah, there you go.
You just did it.
Yeah.
But Nitro, you get 2 of them. So I put one of mine in here, and the other one's in my server. So,
I mean, I don't know if there's a reason to boost my server, but
no. But it's just something to think about later. We don't need to. We don't need to worry about this back end stuff on this podcast that we're doing. So,
I mean, do I still have that buzz?
I'd have to actually change this server. Hold on.
Yeah.
Allow me to do some things.
Because I'm wondering if it's my setup. I hope it's not.
I don't think it is. I think it's I think you literally just set up your computer. It's probably you need to change a bitrate setting on this.
Ah,
Uh we're gonna do that. We're oh.
uh-oh.
So it doesn't let me up the audio quality anymore, but it's probably because everyone has to leave the channel before we do it. I just upped our video quality
Well,
though, isn't that neat? We're all 720p now.
whoa, dude, 720.
Whoa, it probably looks
Oh,
exactly the same.
dude, it looks like my face is the same. My God. Oh my.
It might be because we're in a stage. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. We'll look
Yeah,
at it. There's also like some other things we can think about and all that stuff. It's not important. But
it's not
that's
important.
the the annoying thing about
Not important at all.
Discord is it just is kind of a shit show unless you make it better.
Yeah,
Blah,
whatever.
blah, blah, blah.
Oh
That's
God.
actually the one I want to talk about. Discord. So Discord had this really interesting April Fool's joke that like made it so. Two really interesting things happens. On April 1st, you'll open loot boxes on Discord, which was a funny joke.
Yeah.
Every loot box had the same chance of getting it was 11%. They were free. You didn't actually have to pay for anything. I opened them all, but they broke world records on YouTube because if you were on the page to open loot boxes, I think the video was playing in the background. And so everyone who was doing it, the video was just racking up views on YouTube. And it got a shit ton of them.
Nice.
I think it's the most viewed YouTube video technically now.
Oh, really?
But
Jesus.
yeah, or something like that. That just shows you how many people are using Discord now. But my thing about
Everybody.
Discord is two things. Discord, I feel like Discord should make money, even though they claim they don't. They just did layoffs, like 15% of their people last year, and they've decided they're going to start rolling out ads, which is I don't know. I guess we all should have known it was coming, but like I thought bumping Nitro's price and like having people do Nitro is the reason we won't ever do ads because we have Nitro and people a few can pay for everyone having a free service kind of thing, you know. That's the idea. But now it's turning into Skype. And
So
I
are
just
they?
kinda,
Is it going to be if you have Nitro, you don't get ads?
they haven't really announced how it happened. All I've ever seen is they had a little bit more of an ad based kind of like you know how they give you stuff in your inventory.
Yeah.
Well, the finals, which is a video game, they
Yeah.
had like it showed up and there's a little thing on the bottom being like the finals by your connection screen. It was pretty unintrusive.
Yeah.
But if that's how they're doing it, it'll probably be okay. But if like say you have a bunch of people speaking on stage and like a little bar appears under us, someone's gonna make their own Discord with blackjack and hookers, and we'll start it
Yeah.
again. We'll start it again,
Yeah, they
baby.
will.
Just everyone get off this platform and go to another gaming one. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to.
I don't
I
either.
like Discord.
Yeah, I do too.
It's fine. It's a nice platform. It's just I will not. If the ads are intrusive, I will not tolerate them.
No, absolutely not. Nor should we have to. You know.
And if there is a like minimum bar of like Nitro payment you have to do to get it, like if it's like not an added tier and it's like the normal Nitro you're at,
Yeah.
it's like then I'm fine with it. But
Well, yeah. I mean,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I also feel like I feel like Discord not making money is some Hollywood math or something. It's like have you ever heard that term?
well, yeah. I mean, no.
Hollywood math. It's how
No.
they, you know how like you can have a film that makes a shit ton of money still be a loss, right?
Okay,
That
I get it.
idea.
Like it was a popular
Yeah.
film, but it still was a lot, like a net loss for.
It was a loss because
Okay.
of like I think it's called Hollywood accounting or something.
Mm.
Because like so a big thing came out with Twitch about like how it costs like thousands of dollars to run a stream with 5,000 people watching, right?
Okay.
Because of server capacity.
Oh,
But that's
server
like
capacity.
that's totally
Okay.
that's Hollywood accounting because it's Amazon making themselves pay for their own server space.
Yes.
That's all that
It's
and
the
so
meme of
my question is
Barack Obama giving the Medal of Honor to Barack Obama.
yeah, right. It's that except it's like writing a bill.
Yeah.
And I understand that like yeah, maybe that makes technically Twitch not profitable, but that feels like it just feels like scummy trying to
Hey,
do it.
technically
Unless,
is
I guess
yeah. Technically is
maybe
what they're going
servers
off
cost
of.
that much.
I mean,
And I guess server space in Discord is what it is a cost. I know there's a cost there. I don't know what it is, but I feel like there's some Hollywood accounting going on here. Some messing of the numbers to try to make us like feel like they need to do stuff.
Corporations are corporations, man. I mean, corporations are going to Hollywood math anything so that they can make a profit. And I'm not saying that that's what Discord's doing. I'm just saying that, like, look at Best Buy, for instance. Best Buy loves to say, "Oh yeah, we have the best profitable year," and then they'll lay off a whole bunch of people. You know, it's just
well, layoffs were the fucking theme last year.
Layoffs. Well, I mean, layoffs just happen,
and they're still the theme.
Yeah, layoffs just happen, and it's not because they're not profitable. They made some odd $1 billion this year. It just wasn't the 14 billion that they made 2 years ago. And now they're like, "Oh God, we're hemorrhaging money, so we need to lay everybody off." It's a ridiculous notion that, you know,
it's the notion. Okay, so it's the notion that growth has to be happening every year, otherwise we're not making money.
Yeah, absolutely.
Think of the stockholders.
Think of the shareholders. They did a public address when they laid off. They laid off 2/3 of our field services, and they did a public address, like the CEO, and she was like, "We're doing the best interest for everybody who has stock in Best Buy," and I was like, "Aha! At least you fucking said it."
Yeah, you said that quiet part out loud.
Yeah, she said the quiet part out loud, and then she followed it up by, "Don't boo me because we laid people off," and I was like, "Okay, all right, lady." All right, listen.
Boo.
Yeah, pretty much. Boo. Yeah. Oh God, it was just. It's just. You know, that's what that's all I can say.
You got out of there, so I guess I don't know if that's official.
In 2 weeks, I've got out of there.
Yeah, so that's another thing. Or this podcast time might change because of scheduling. So
we'll see. I mean, I don't know what my schedule is going to be.
Yeah, once you know, we'll find a time.
Yeah,
we might have to do the podcast later tonight.
Oh my goodness! After
we'll have an after dark thing where we talk about the dark web, and I don't know anything about the dark web.
I don't either. I know that you need to know the URL. Boom, done.
Yeah, you have to have a special. You have to have a special browser. I don't even think you need a special browser. You have to have a browser, and then you have to know the DNS.
Yeah.
Thing to get in, and that's it. That's what makes it dark, because there's no URL.
So dark out. So mysterious.
Dark and mysterious.
Yeah.
I remember as a kid, the only time I've ever had to actually type in a DNS number was I remember one time at my parents' house, we were having the weirdest internet issue, and it was just like we determined it to be either our ISP or router or something was not letting us connect to DNS servers, because like we couldn't URL anything, but my dad figured out what the DNS number was, I believe, to Google, and was able to type that in, and we could get to Google.
Oh, jeez. All right.
ISP. Okay.
Yeah, the ISP number.
Yeah, ISP number. I don't know anything. I was like 12 when this happened. All I know is he did some witchcraft, and then he was able to get to Google.
Just got corrected by the one man.
Look, he is here. Like, I don't know if I want to say where he is, but he's like in the middle of nowhere watching this right now.
Hey, you know what? If I was in the middle of nowhere, I would have chosen something else, but that's beside the point.
True.
Oh,
the Sword of Darkness web. Yep. There we go.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Like I said, I was 12. I claimed I was 12.
You're supposed to know everything. Look. Listen here, you. It's just
I don't have to be right. It's the name of this podcast.
You know what?
You know this to be
true.
Fair.
Fair.
I don't have to be right. Oh no, they're dropping the Keith memes. Anyway. Well, you have anything else interesting going on? Do we know if by the way, a little bit of real life seeping. Do we know if the freaking carpet cleaners are at the house?
Yeah, they are.
Oh, they are? Okay.
Oh, they should be. They've been said between 12 and 4. Oh, my computer. Uh-oh. All right. They said between 12 and 4. Uh-oh.
He's dying, everyone.
Hello.
I don't know what's happening.
Hello. You there?
Yeah, here.
Okay,
Hi.
good.
Did you just knock your Wi-Fi antennas off your computer or something?
No, I was just... This is how I collect Keith memes. Okay. No, they'll be there between 12 and 4. So,
all right, that's good. That's good.
Yeah. But God, I had something and then I accidentally moved my computer and then all hell broke loose.
How do you
So
accidentally move your computer? Your
it's
computer's huge.
it's sitting right next to me. I need to find a better position for it. But
Put it on. Oh, I tell you to put it on your desk, but you got the triple monitor
I
set that
got
I have,
triple
so you can't really do
monitors,
that.
man.
You got
I
the
got
big
monitors for
monitors.
days.
Do you feel
As
like
they
you're
say.
monitored?
I'll give that like a 6 out of 10, 5 out of 10. Maybe.
Oh, so I did yesterday. So we had a bunch of. So this is what happens when 6 nerds leave an apartment. You have a bunch of like scrap electronics
Yeah.
at like the house. We had like 2 dead graphics cards, like
2 dead
two
computers.
like 2 dead computers, a bunch of old monitors. So I brought all the re-PC and they took everything except one of the monitors because it didn't have as a monitor stand, and one a laptop. But here's the whole thing. They were swarmed. There was like all their carts for donations were full. So they were just being picky. I had this very nice guy who definitely definitely had some I don't want to I don't he was very interested in tech for very weird reasons. And my brain
Okay.
just went, you're something's off about you, but that's fine. You're a nice guy. He asked me, so when I told him I had a couple of graphics cards, but the whole point of this is he brought up a graphics card I had not heard of in a very long time. He asked if I had Voodoo graphics cards.
Oh my
Do you
god, I remember
remember?
Voodoo.
Yeah. I was like, I had to think and be like, oh yeah, there used to be other graphics cards.
Core memory has been
It
unlocked.
was
Oh,
wild because apparently, so this gentleman went into a very long rant about why he wanted Voodoo graphics card, and told me a whole bunch of stuff about what I should get if I want old tech that works now. Because it was a very lovely conversation, but also like felt trapped because I have social anxiety.
that's
I
fair.
didn't know what to do,
That's fair.
but it was amazing because he was talking about this Voodoo thing, and I realized people are apparently like there are some Voodoo graphics cards that are going out there for like $300 right now, $300-$400 because
Jeez.
they want it for emulation. Because
Oh.
just like with old sound, like like old like digital sound keyboard, like keyboards and stuff, there's like emulation. You can't emulate the old like way it like emulates pixels or something. And so
Interesting.
everyone's looking for it. I'm like, man, I definitely had a Voodoo card that I scrapped like 6
Yeah.
years ago that just was
I
collecting
think
dust. And I'm like,
I think
why do we throw anything away?
the computer that I got rid of when I built this guy had a Voodoo in it. So 12
Yeah,
years
yeah.
ago,
I
I
remember.
recycled a Voodoo, and it was a Voodoo 3 or a Voodoo 2. I think it was a Voodoo 3.
Yeah. Well,
And
it's wild because I remember when
it was old at
the
that time, but
ancient I just forgot what the retail store that was in Redton that closed. The Fry's
Fries.
Electronics.
Yeah.
When before Fry's shut down, they were still selling old Voodoo
Oh,
cards
hell
for
yeah, they
like
were.
dirt cheap,
Absolutely.
and
Absolutely.
I'm just like, huh.
Yeah. No,
So
absolutely they were.
it's
I should have bought some.
absolutely crazy. Well, I want I'm glad I'm okay with Fry's being gone because it's allowing for the slow and steady expansion of micro centers.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
they're slowly starting to fill the void. They're in the Midwest. They're in California. They'll get up here. It takes things time to get to Washington
Well, the
State.
next one to go is going to be Best Buy. I solidly believe that Best Buy is chopping its own leg off. It's not even shooting itself in the foot. It's freaking chopping its own leg off at this point. And I hope Micro Center moves in and just takes care of the tech because Jiminy
Micro Centers,
Christmas.
at least from their advertising standpoint, and like from what I've heard from reviews and like stuff like that, it seems like they do a great idea. They're like, hey, if you know what you're doing, we have people who know what they're doing too,
Yeah.
and they'll just tell you and they'll get it for you. But if
Yeah.
you don't know what you're doing, we have people that know what they're doing and they'll build it for you. And so it's like if you want the like a la carte kind of experience, you can have it, and you can have everything you get online. You just have to come in and we'll build it for you, and it's
Well, I
apparently
mean
not that expensive.
that's
And
the thing that Fry's would do. They had people who were
yeah,
genuine genuinely like passionate about building computers that were just sitting there. And I when I went and built this thing, I went in there and I asked him like, hey, what would you compare with a 980 Ti? What would you put in 980 Ti? And he's like, oh, well, here's the 3 boards that I would choose from. And I was like, okay. And he sat down and he talked with me. He was like, well, if you're going for a gaming thing, let's do this Crate Edition, MSI, and let's put the i5 4590K in there, because you don't need an i7 if you're not doing streaming or anything at this point. And he helped me build this computer, and it was beautiful. It was great, and it's still kicking today. I mean, look at it; it's still running. I'm surprised that
you got one of the good TIs that hasn't blown up yet.
Yeah, knock on wood. Jeez,
makes me sad.
I remember that you called me one day and you're like, so my 980 Ti had the magic smoke, and I was like, all right, I'm going to go to Tukwila. They've got a 1660 or a 1690 or something like that. I'll go get that. And we'll put it in your computer because I really want to play PUBG. And
1660 Ti.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. What?
You just disappeared there for about 4 seconds, by the way.
Did I?
Yep.
You didn't disappear from me.
Oh, you completely stopped talking. Like,
interesting. Oh, nice. Yeah.
You just need your euro. That's what you need. Once your euro's over there, Shabu.
Yeah, I'll be fine. I mean, I played Helldivers last night with Zane and Eli late, like at 9:30.
Invite me?
No, you were still doing Destiny stuff, I think.
Yeah, it probably was actually.
Yeah.
I was probably just wrapping up. Do you know who we led through Destiny last night?
Who?
We led Hellboy's dad. We got him through the entire Last Wish raid. We got that old Navy SEAL man.
That's awesome.
We got he was like 60. I think he's 68 now. We got him through.
Nice.
Truly impressive.
Nice. That's awesome.
It only took 2 hours as well, which is amazing.
Oh wow!
So,
actually, that's not bad. That's not that bad.
It's because Last Wish has, except for the relay race at the end, you can just kill ads, and so he just had him kill ads and do his thing, and he's not good at jumping, but he figured it out, and
well, that's awesome.
We got there.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure we could do Last Wish though with 5 people, or I think you can do Last Wish with 4. So,
but
okay.
we played some. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead. We're talking about Helldivers. I interrupted.
No, you're fine. I was just saying we played.
You're pretty. You're prettier than me. Go first.
I know, but no, we played some Helldivers, and it was.
Are you making fun of my fat Shaggy appearance right now?
I'm saying that you need to go egg.
That I'm not. Riz doesn't want me to go egg.
Okay, that's fair. I also shaved, so I don't have a.
She wants me to get a haircut, but she doesn't want me to get egg.
You should go mullet.
You want me to get mullet? Just pure mullet?
Hell yeah!
Right. I mean, technically I have one just because my hair in the back is longer than the hair in the front. But
hey, no, it's business in the front, party in the back.
I gotta go get my lifted truck. And
we'll hell yeah,
it up.
Yeah.
Brother.
Anyway.
Let me tell you,
brother. But it was good. I didn't experience any any type of issues playing with them last night. So the internet's fine. It's just the Eero is going to be better. Better than this Google.
Did you hear in Helldivers that the automatons are back?
Again, yeah. They weren't last night.
At 3 a.m. At 3 a.m, they attacked because that's the Helldivers
Malevolent
start
Creek?
time. No, I think they're literally heading for the home planet of the cyborgs.
Oh, okay. I thought it was.
So you see what they did is you had 2 things. So the map is a big circle. You know what they did?
Yeah.
The map is a big circle, and you had 2 guys fighting, getting close to the center of Super Earth. We pushed them back, and now they're coming in like this. So now you could have another people come from the. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's what's happening. So.
Yep.
But no. It was leaked footage that they were going to have a big push anyway, so we all kind of knew it was happening.
Yeah,
but
I mean the friggin' voice recording thing that they had out,
that's still happening.
What's that?
Just Joel being Joel.
Yeah,
I love the concept of that game having a game master. I love it. It's the best thing ever.
Probably does. I mean, it's Joel.
That's more than just one guy.
Oh, I
It's a
know.
bunch. It's a couple people. I love the concept of the game devs being prepared enough for us to succeed or fail, or being able to force us to fail.
Yeah.
Like I love that idea that they could be like, they can just send enough stuff for the next 6 hours. Your life's gonna be living hell to try to complete anything in this game. It's just like rough. That's rough, buddy. But
That's rough, bud.
I like it. I need to get more people to play it. But
I love
I heard
Helldivers.
I got told by Zane that he's gonna have a lot more free time to play games. So hopefully
Yeah.
we'll be able to play games with him more.
Yeah.
So well, that's gonna be a bit wild.
Yeah. I mean, he's
So.
enjoying his new job, so.
Is he already down there?
Huh? What was that?
Is he already down there at his new job?
Oh, it did the thing. It did the thing to me now.
Is he already down there?
Yes.
In the new job. Nice.
Yes, I actually just texted him to say, "Hey, all right, we should hell dive." Yes. He is down there. He's been down there he started last week. So,
Okay.
He's been down there for about a week. He's staying in an apartment, but you know, it's good for him. He still comes back up here on weekends. But
yeah, well, he's got a Steve.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, we're talking about a buddy of ours that
my cousin
is on the Reroll Gaming podcast.
Hey, Reroll Gaming podcast. Let me tell you a little something about
for
Reroll
you.
Gaming
Isn't that
podcast.
nice?
We record. We're going into the. We're in the final arc of Delta Green. We've got like 4 episodes left. Let me tell you,
it's fun. I'm in that Discord now, so I can see all the chatter. It's fun to lurk in there. Don't kick me out. It's fun to watch.
I'm kicking you out now. You're gone.
No.
You're gone.
No
insider trading.
No. No, I must seep into more D&D campaigns. No.
It's
oh my god, it might be actually. Oh my god.
What?
Not just has the podcast. My phone is freaking out right now because it's like, hey, the podcast starts in a half an hour. Are you alive?
Hey, did you know that we start in a half hour? Hey, this is a great time for a mini game. Oh,
you had mini games planned? You were setting up your desk. There's no way you had mini games planned. What are you talking about?
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Let's give you 10 points.
Oh, is this like I lose points mini game? Have you been watching Game Changers again?
Wesley says touch your nose.
Oh. You're making me play Wesley says. I don't
Wesley
like
says
this.
touch your chin. Wesley says touch your ear. Touch your other ear. Child's play.
You literally just watched the newest Game Changers
the
with this.
shit out of them while we were moving.
Did you know? Have you watched the the second to newest episode is another?
You're good.
Another Sam Says.
I don't think I think it was season 6 that I stopped at.
Yeah, there's a new season that has.
Oh, I'm gonna have to watch it. All right, that's it for the mini game for now. Wesley says that's it for the mini game now.
Okay. All right. I'm pretty good at this game, Wes. I ain't gonna.
Seeing as though you responded to Leslie says, I'm gonna take a point away from you.
Oh, I'm joking. That's the gosh dang.
Gosh dang it. God dang it.
That's the internet. I didn't hear no Leslie.
I ain't hear no Leslie. Anyway. I've been really enjoying Game Changers. I need to listen to what's the other one that they like, the ear. The don't make it, what is it?
Oh, make some noise.
Make some noise. I need to watch that. That looks really good.
If you guys don't pay attention to Dropout content, it's actually really good. It's the old college. It's not the old college, but it's the College Humor guys.
It's just College Humor guys
made their own.
Yeah.
Made their own thing, and it's Game Changers, very good. And
I love Game
usually
Changer.
They have a
Dimension 20 is pretty good.
I haven't watched any of their. I need to watch that stuff.
You do. Drag Queens and Dungeons. What was the thing that he did?
Yeah.
It was really fun.
Dungeons,
it was really fun.
Very, very, very funny and very good stuff. they're doing a live show at Madison Square Garden.
That's
I have
actually
no
really cool.
freaking idea.
That's awesome.
Wild. But no, I actually don't watch even. I love watching Game Changer. There's a thing called Breaking News they do.
That
That's
where
very funny.
they're trying to stay straight faced while they're
They have to read. Yeah, they have to read off a teleprompter like they're news people, but they have no idea what the teleprompter is going to say, and it says terrible things.
Yep.
I think the best one was when they had they made Sam Reich Venmo a bunch of money to random people on the stage. Because you have to also realize Sam
I've seen that.
Sam is a
wealthy
the CEO
individual
of the company.
Yes.
And he is the son of a senator or something like that. And so he very well knows that he's the son of wealth, and they play off that humor very well. That, he's like, yeah, I was able to do things like buy this company because of my parents' money. And he's at least self-aware.
Yeah.
But hey, it saved the company and saved a bunch of very talented creators. So I'm okay
I mean, when College Humor
use your money for good.
Yeah. When College Humor decided that they're done, I was so sad. Well, it wasn't even that they decided that they were done. They were just
Well, it was during one of them broke off before the sale, but they were part of the whole his dad was a Secretary of Labor, that's right. It was they got the whole MGM thing when like all the multimedia things like realized all the YouTube channels they owned weren't worth making money. They all like you didn't hear about College Humor breaking off because
it was the same thing that happened to Rooster Teeth, isn't it?
No, Rooster Teeth sold a lot before, long time before all the other places sold. They were actually they were the first to sell.
Gotcha.
Because they got a bag. Remember, Rooster Teeth was around before a lot of other people.
Rooster Teeth has been around for a long time.
Well, it was. Yeah, it's gone now.
Well, was.
it's gone. For all intents and purposes, it's gone. And their little podcast thing, they can go fly a kite.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've already got their podcast covered. They're two white guys that don't know anything.
Two white guys talking about anything. We just need to start eating food every episode, and we're good to go.
Mukbang.
Mukbang. Going to be right podcast.
You should have waited to eat your sausage and broccoli. Damn it.
I think I'm gonna eat anything phallic shape on this podcast. You have another thing going.
I really believe that one time you will.
Are you kidding me? Is that a meme? That's got to be a meme. What you just sent there.
What?
So,
what?
What?
Our show got derailed for a meme. What meme am I missing?
No, it's not a. Oh my god!
I don't know what's happening anymore.
Mr. Beast bought Rooster Teeth Podcast Network.
Okay then.
It's not Mr. Beast. It's his management company.
Okay.
Night Boys, whatever. I don't give a shit anymore.
Who cares?
You know what? I hope that they do well.
Yeah, that's all you can do is hope they do well, right?
I don't know, man. My white balance is super off, by the way, because we need to close the blinds when I do this, I think.
Blinded by light.
But apparently, Mr. Beast his talent agency, which is him, has bought the Rooster Teeth Podcast Network. So good for them. Maybe Mr. Beast came down on high and was like, "Hey, I'm gonna save your jobs." Who knows?
Yeah. I mean, he's a philanthropist, so.
I've been on the record many times to say I have nothing personally wrong against Mr. Beast. I think everything that followed he set trends, and now everyone's trying to follow it on YouTube, but whatever.
Yeah. I'm kind of the same way.
I don't have a problem with him. I don't know. I don't you know what? It's almost I haven't learned anything about Mr. Beast by choice. I watched his videos back in the day. And then he got super big, and I was like, "All right, you have a nice time, Mr. Beast. Take care. Cool."
Yeah. Seems like a nice enough dude.
He falls in the category with philanthropy. He's a rich philanthropist, so he'll do anything that looks like it will give views. And that's if it helps people, it helps people. I don't care. it's not. That's the type of it's rich guy philanthropy. So, but hey, if rich guy philanthropy still helps people, so that's the whole thing. So,
Yeah.
See, Liquid's just full of information. Liquid, we need to have you on the podcast. Liquid needs to become the person that like is our info person that we can do stuff.
This coming in from the field.
From the field, from Liquid Ego,
at Dodger Stadium.
Cooperson is the president of Night, the management company that bought Rooster Teeth Podcast Network. Used to be the former president of RT. Makes sense now that they bought him.
Come from Dodger Stadium, we have Jackie Robinson hit another home run, and in other news, Rooster Teeth still fucked.
Yeah, well, it's because they're not looking to have anyone buy all of Rooster Teeth. They had been consolidating and closing parts of
Ruby's
the business
done,
that doesn't make money for.
They killed Ruby.
They are looking for a person to buy Ruby.
Oh, are they? So it's still
looking for a person to buy Red vs. Blue.
Oh, what? I thought Red vs. Blue was done a while ago.
They have one final season that was written by
They have a final season.
It was written by Bernie. Apparently, they brought Bernie back and he wrote it. I don't.
How many seasons are there?
You know who I hate? I don't like Bernie.
Really, you don't like Bernie?
If there is like, nah, he's a douchebag. I don't know, man. A lot of
his really wife, were, yeah.
His wife is the reason. Took a lot of credit from when the person the trans woman who was harassed a lot at Rooster Teeth when that came out. Ashley, his wife, was the person who took a lot of her credit.
Oh, neat.
For things she made, and he basically took a bag and left. And he's a good writer, and I can appreciate his works in writing, but I've seen enough where I'm like, you're just kind of a douchebag.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, if you do something like that, yeah.
But you also have to remember, I was a pretty hardcore Rooster Teeth fan back in the day, so my dabbling in parasocial relationships with Rooster Teeth, so I learned early to be like, you're all just people, and I don't care anymore. So,
I mean, that's what anybody is.
Yeah, but when you get to like know someone, it's interesting being on the other side of it. You feel like you get to know people, and it's like I don't know them at all. And I think just with all the when all the controversy and stuff started coming out behind it with these people, you just started to realize, I don't know you at all. And so that broke all my parasocial kind of nonsense with that. It's like I just watch people for entertainment now. Yep. And if they're not entertaining, I move on.
Hey,
I don't care however I felt about you.
Speaking of entertaining, I made it into this isn't going to mean anything to you, but I made it into a Goonhammer article. It's so Goonhammer is a online magazine basically that does mini tabletop stuff. They're pretty popular with Warhammer, that's why they're called Goonhammer. But they were there at Adepticon, and I actually played the guys who write for Goonhammer in Shatterpoint. It was fun. They're really cool guys. So,
boy, that name aged poorly.
Yeah. Look, I'm just here to report what I see. So,
all this podcast does is we shout out other things because we just consume
if you want to go reroll gaming podcast, tell them Wesley sent you.
I hate you. I hate you so much.
I was talking about our Delta Green campaign. I am gearing up to DM Delta Green Season 3. I'm super excited for it. It seems like, spoiler alert, it seems like Delta Green Season 2 is going to wrap up in a way that is going to really be good for Delta Green Season 3. Now, before we get to my Delta Green Season 3, we're going to do 2 productions. We're doing Pathfinder. That's the name of it, Pathfinder. We're doing a Pathfinder campaign, which is going to be kind of the opposite, but the one that we're doing before I do Delta Green is Starfinder. I am so excited.
Oh, you're gonna do an OG Starfinder?
Is it Starfinder? Ah, shit. Hold on. Hold the phone.
It's
Not
that would be the
Starfinder.
Pathfinder.
It's not.
That'd be
It's
the
not Starfinder.
Pathfinder.
It's not Traveler.
Ah,
Traveler. So we're doing a
Traveler
Traveler
Con.
campaign, which I get to play as a player, and then I will be doing a Delta Green campaign. And it's, oh god, dude, the the character creation alone for Traveler is so fun. There was a gentleman who was like, I'm going to be a military officer and I'm going to be in control of this boat, you know, the starship. And he enlisted into the Navy, got dishonorably discharged from the Navy. So let me. The character creation goes in years of 4, I think, and you start at like age 8. And then it goes, okay, what would you like to do? You go to school. You roll on a chart, see how your school went. If you got good grades, it opens up more stuff to what you can do. And so
You're like half breaking up, by the way. You're not like actually your words are fine, but your screen is just.
Oh, I think it's just the white balance. I don't know. So
you leaned in, maybe your arm is over your Wi-Fi antenna or something because you leaned in and everything figured itself out.
I
don't know. Carry on, keep going.
So essentially, he said as soon as he was out of high school, he goes, I want to go to the Naval Academy. He went to the Naval Academy, did great. He went to his the next one, he was like, I'm going to enlist so I can be, or I'm going to stay in so I can be an officer. So he stayed in long enough to get dishonorably discharged in his early 20s.
Oh no.
And then he's like, I'm going to go back in. And then he got into instead of the Navy, he went into the Army. And then he was like, I'm going to, get to be an officer. And then he got dishonorably discharged from the Army because he did war crimes. So he couldn't get back into the military at all. And he ended it at like 32 as a vagabond on the streets.
That was your character creation?
Not mine. This was someone else.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
I
you
believe
can die a character
had
creation.
me look at this.
You can lose limbs. You can get malady. You can also be the richest person in the world. It's really cool. It's a very cool character creation. And then you get to decide where you stop. So you could play as a 12-year-old if you really wanted to, or you could play as a 68-year-old. It is, you get to progress them through their lives to the point where you stop. You say, okay, this is the character I'm playing. So it's very cool. It's a very cool character creation.
Yeah, you're still breaking up occasionally.
Yeah.
As long as you're not on your end, it's fine. You can post it to YouTube. It'll be okay. Who cares?
I am not at my end, so hold on.
Yeah, that's fine. We have a clean YouTube video. I don't care.
I wasn't breaking up last night. Why am I breaking up now?
Because you punted your computer.
Yeah, my computer's angry. Baby angry.
It's angry. It could be because there's the sun's out. Sun's out.
Sun's out, guns out.
Yeah, more RF interference in the day. That's probably what it is.
Who knows? It could be. I'm going to move this, though.
Yeah, there was an eclipse, so you didn't have any RF.
I'm going to try that. There we go. I've moved my antenna.
That's just connections. Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah, I moved my antenna.
Put it up higher.
I don't know. We'll see if that works.
I did do that. I did get my antenna out from under the desk. It was almost like I was like severe packet loss.
Yeah.
Just keep going. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. This interruption was brought to you by the You Don't Have to Be Right Productions. We're not owned by anyone. We're not owned by anyone, and everything's awful. So don't worry about it.
If you'd like
to
purchase this, I wouldn't.
Mr. Beast is up purchase.
Yeah, Mr. Beast, just buy our podcast. Let's go.
I'll take it for $1 million.
We'd have to keep making it though consistently.
That's fine. By God, I mean, if he pays me a living wage, all right, let's do this.
Yeah, for our 4 viewers to watch, he'll pay us
you know what?
Wage.
Hey, you guys get $30 an hour to do this. Perfect. Looks like every day, all day, every day.
His big decision that was on some other person's podcast that was total clickbait. If I mess this up, I go bankrupt. Was buying the "You Don't Have to Be Right" podcast. I don't know what it really was because I didn't watch the YouTube video because you ain't gonna bait me like that.
Yeah, don't get baited.
You can't just put Mr. Beast's name on your podcast and expect me to watch it. I'm not that simple. The news will pick it up, and then I still won't watch that because I don't watch the news either. I don't care.
You forgot your tinfoil hat.
Scum. You don't understand.
You don't know
the amount
of. Oh man.
Why do you have a roll of toilet paper next to your desk? Well, it's because I got sick, Timmy. That's why.
Yeah. Well, you know, these things happen. These things do happen.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to tell you. So how have things been? It's been a while since we've actually done the podcast. It's been freaking.
Yeah, it's been a while. We had one false start there in the center, but it's all right.
Well, I mean, you know,
you broke up during the entire thing, but I think I know you asked me. You asked how the podcast, how it's been since the last podcast. It's been all right.
Yeah, essentially,
okay.
that's what I asked.
I'm having a little bit of like organizer stress where I'm like, I've organized myself into like, I'm doing this in 4 weekly. I'm doing this Destiny 2 raid and Final Fantasy 2 raid days there. And then Pathfinder. I'm having a little bit of organizer stress where it's been a few weeks where things just haven't gone smoothly in all operations. And so my brain's like kind of shut down a little bit with that stuff. So we're just going with it. When it happens, it happens at this point. But
have you thought about
okay?
Have you thought about maybe taking one of your raid days off?
I don't want to.
I mean,
it's not the stress of like the amount of it doing it for me. It's the like, it's every single one is having a consistency problem, right? And so if everything was running smoothly, I wouldn't care. But because it's not running smoothly, my brain now is like, "Ooh, is it going to actually happen?" And I'm going to freak out. And you know, it's like my brain's freaking out. But it's like I also have to get it in my head. It doesn't really like matter if it happens or not. Because if it doesn't happen, I should have a plan to just do something else.
Yeah.
Because as much as I did this stuff to be fun, I also have to remember I did this stuff because my therapist was like, if you do these things, it will help you not think about other things. So when she's right. And so when they don't happen, I think about other things, and that's dangerous. We don't want to do that. So
that's why you should start writing another campaign.
Yeah,
I'm serious.
I should also. I should either write another campaign or continue to flesh this one out more because
it's not even run another campaign. It's just write another campaign so that when this campaign concludes, you're like, boom, I'm good to go. And as soon as you start running that campaign, you write another campaign. That's what a lot of people that I know do.
I'm gonna start writing one shots, I think, because that way, if we have inconsistencies with like people showing up, like maybe the fact that I think one of my players has 3 days off in the next month.
No.
For the rest of the month, I can run a bunch of one shots with my players in different systems to see if I want to stay in Pathfinder for the next campaign I run, because I like Pathfinder. It's very much a cool mechanic game, but I think I want to have a more story-based system. I want to run the next in-person campaign. I want to do a Daggerfall play test. If you don't know what Daggerfall is, it is the system that Critical Role came up with.
Yeah. Interesting. And they based that off
I think it uses some. It has some Traveler stuff in there and has some. I don't know if Traveler. I forget some Destiny system there. They're not. I forget what they're called. What's called. It's got a lot of yes or no type things. It's really loosely based rules.
So yes, I agree with Schism. You should try Blades in the Dark. That is a very good
Blades in the Dark.
Blades in the Dark. So here's the thing that's really good about Blades in the Dark. You do not have to have a consistent crew. The whole point of this is that you have basically a crew that do a series of one-shots, and you can have an overarching story, but it's essentially the way that I play Blades in the Dark is that you have like a crew of people, and your whole point is like you're trying to upgrade your hideout, your thieves, you go out on different jobs, and there's an overarching story in the background, but you know, each individual job is its own session. or it might be 2 sessions. But if someone doesn't show up, they're not going to be left behind because the upgrades, they upgrade for everybody type thing. You have personal
Okay.
upgrades that you can
It's
put into your
like,
character, but you have like crew upgrades too. So if I put a
it's
crew
almost
upgrade,
like how you upgrade the ship in
Yeah.
Helldivers.
yeah, exactly. So I
Interesting.
would say look at Blades in the Dark if you still want to be in that fantasy-ish era. Really good for
don't
really
care
good
at this point.
for what's that?
I don't really care at this
Yeah.
point. Right now, I have a world that's set in the fantasy era,
Yeah.
so that'd be why.
But it's really good for
also think-
story driven. I also say Delta Green is a really good story. Like Delta Green is narrative with a little bit of dice rolling. That's what Delta Green is. You want to do
Delta
anything
Green,
present
though,
day.
plays with a lot of my personal weird fears of like dark and stuff like that, and so like
You don't
my
have
brain,
to, though.
like it's
You can
That's
just
true.
use the system and do it something completely different. I've seen people who
Wasn't
did like
Delta Green's based off of
Cthulhu.
something Cthulhu.
Call
yeah.
of Cthulhu. But here's the thing, you can use the
Yeah.
Delta Green system in any way, shape, or form you want. If you want to use Delta Green and just do like a detective, like normal, no super paranormal activity, just do a normal like detective blah blah blah, or your everyday life blah blah blah. You can absolutely do that with Delta Green. It's very good that way. But I seriously think you would jive really good with Blades in the Dark. Blades in the Dark is a super cool system, and it's super easy if you have inconsistent players or if you have someone who has an inconsistent schedule, because they can just drop in and out at a whim. Very, very easy.
Made by Evil Hat Productions.
Yes. If you're looking for something super light as well, though, oh god, what is it called? Monster of the Week. Monster of the Week is another really good one if you're looking for something a little more paranormal. So like Monster of the Week's whole thing is that you get a character sheet, like you could be the werewolf or the vampire or the like the special touched or whatever they call it for it's a very good, like very light based but very story heavy type of system. I think it's actually made by the people that did Kids on Bikes. And then there's a Big Eyes Small Mouth, which is a anime based tabletop. If you wanted to do Dragon Ball Z stuff, there's a lot of them out there that are very narrative driven, very rules light, or very rules heavy in the narrative, but like dice light. Like you just say, I'm doing this, and then you there's a magical anime girl Blades in the Dark. Oh, okay, now I need to look into that. Anyway, there's a lot of systems.
I want to do a
out
magical girl anime tabletop
Yep,
review. That's
there
funny
you
as
go.
fuck.
But there's a lot of systems out there that you should look into, because Blades in the Dark, I would start there. I would absolutely start with Blades in the Dark.
Okay.
I don't know what I would say about the other system that I am quote unquote currently playing, which is Fantasy Age. It's 3d6, has stunt tables. It's a good system. It's just that I feel like there is a lack of character development. I feel like it's a very cool character development because you can choose mage and then go into a swordsman that just uses his sword as his magical focus. So as you stab someone, you blast them with fireball. So it has very cool things like that. But I have yet to see anything pay off for the short term. I think it's all long-term investment that we haven't gotten to. So
I think that's my problem with Pathfinder right now is it's a little I feel the rigidness of it. It's really easy with Pathfinder to fall into the trap of go somewhere, fight monsters, go somewhere, fight monsters.
Yeah.
And I do think I'm kind of done with that, which is why in the last the last session we ever had, they didn't fight a monster. There's a monster roaming, but they didn't fight it, kind of thing. Or they think there's a monster roaming.
Yeah.
Some
of the best sessions I ever had in tabletop, there was no combat. It was all just political that's why, social engineering.
That's why I like Daggerfall's mechanics, is they treated combat like it was talking, because there's no turn order. It's just you do, whoever characters try to do stuff until one of you fucks up something, you go. You just use, I'm gonna try to stab this guy. I'm gonna go stab him. And then like if you, because they have a dual they have 2 dice. You're rolling with 2d12s. As long as you don't roll with despair, you keep going. And one moment you roll with despair, I get a bunch of stuff. But I think the problem with Daggerfall is it's impossible to do online.
That's
Like,
fair.
it's all like, at least the way they've set up now, it's all very much table based.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, if you're looking for something that you could really do a lot of just story narrative, you want not a lot of combat, City of Mist is another good one. City of Mist I had a real fun time with. We did a noir type of like detective type thing where I was this buddy cop detective, and my partner, you remember Emery, he was playing with us.
Yeah.
And he was this speakeasy owner, but we both got touched, quote unquote, touched by the gods, where I was Apollo and he was Hercules. So I had powers from Apollo that I didn't know about. And City of Mist is very cool because there's no rolling of dice. It's all what we call keyword based combat, I believe. There might have been a little dice rolling, but that's not the main mechanic. You fill out these cards, and basically if I go into a combat, I go, I'm really good at this skill because I am a detective. And under my detective skill, I have lockpicking, deducing, and some other thing that I can use towards this to give me a buff. And if I have more buffs than you, I'm more successful at the thing. If I'm doing something well outside my realm, it's really hard for me to do because I don't have the keywords for. And then you can tap into that supernatural of like, I'm Apollo, so I can be the god of war and I can be really good at combat, you know, something like that. It's really cool. It was a very good narrative based game where it's the whole concept is that it's the city inside of obviously this mist, but anytime someone tries to leave the city of mist, like let's say I'm going on vacation to Palm Springs. I went on vacation. I remember going, but did you actually leave? There's an airport. The planes fly out of this airport all the time. But do they actually leave? It seems like the same people always are in this city. And you can make that city whatever you want. We made it New York City. We made it Manhattan. Like Manhattan was this city of mist. And it was this huge city you could go around, but you can't really ever leave. If that makes sense.
You can check out, but you can't actually leave.
Yeah, you can check out anytime you like, but you can't never leave. And it's really a cool concept. And our whole story was this, it was the story of Red Riding Hood if Grimm Fairy Tales wrote it. You know, I was this detective, and there was a murder in this really weird way, and it was like the wolf was murdering these people for specific reasons I'm not going to go into on this podcast because it was a little too graphic, but it was very good. Very good system. If you're looking for something that's super narrative based, that's not Star Wars, that would be it.
I kind of feel like I want to do my next setting. I want to do like kind of like a Bloodborne type horror thing. So like I want there to be a mystery, like not like Souls-like where you just die kind of thing, but I want there to be mystery. I want gothic horror. I think I've kind of done it. Like I've kind of had we have a little bit of a, it's weird to have it say it, but we kind of have a gothic horror like god setting right now where it's like we're in this city that's golden, and my players are in this city that everything has like a gold tent, it's all golden, but like every building they walk into has a brutally murdered corpse in it. And so it's like I think I want my next, like I can feel like my vibes of like wanting to have like and they're gonna go through it a little bit, but like I want to like have vibes of just like normal people kind of, and I think almost like like your Blades thing kind of got me thinking about it, like a group of people trying to stop a monster.
Yeah,
but it's like imagine a like whole guild that got set up because there's one monster that can maybe spawn other monsters from it, but like it's always you're always fighting this one extension of this one thing, and
this
no matter
entity.
like yeah, it's like an entity that you're fighting, and it's just like normal people trying to fight something that's so powerful and like do things to like hinder it, because it's like you know, maybe it doesn't kill people, it just brings them to their side.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so you're not just fighting a thing. You're not fighting just an entity, but you're fighting like people that are now like enthralled kind of thing. But like not like in a Primal's Final Fantasy way, but like we're gonna fucking we're like it like turns people into true believers kind of thing.
I mean, Delta Green, Blades in the Dark, I agree with Schism. Blades in the Dark, Delta Green, but I would also encourage you to check out City of Mist because it's a very for you have one book to worry about. I mean, Delta Green, you also only have one book to worry about, and I believe Blades in the Dark, it's either 1 or 2 books, but Blades in the Dark would be very good if you're looking for something that's a little more combat orientated, but if you're looking for, you're telling a story
Delta
and people
Green,
are adding in.
I know Delta Green is very good at making you feel like a normal human.
Yeah.
That's fighting huge monsters. So
I
know that much.
I mean, Delta Green, you can feel very helpless, especially if you go into there's something that we didn't even touch, which was the lethality. For instance, there's some firearms. If I shot you with a specific firearm in Delta Green and I rolled on the lethality table and I rolled under that 10%, you're just dead. You're done. There are supernatural monsters that have a lethality rating of 50. You have a coin flip. If you get hit, you might just be dead. And that's the whole point of Delta Green. It's supposed to be a Cthulhian, like, because in Cthulhu, it's but I guess the biggest part, going back, the biggest part of Delta Green that needs to be played with though is your sanity. You're seeing things like one of the biggest mechanics they have about characters is sanity. Characters are going insane because they're seeing things that are not describable.
There.
Yeah. Well, not there. It's just something that you can't describe.
Setting, there's that kind of Cthulhu type demons or whatever they are. A lot of the time, it's you look into their eyes and you go nuts. You just go crazy because you've seen the void or whatever, you know.
And that's Delta Green. Is like Delta Green. If you experience violence in combat, you make a sanity roll because you're experiencing something that's outside the norm of normal people's every day. And if you go insane, things happen. And it's very interesting because mechanically, like I went insane in one of our episodes that you should go listen to on the Reroll Gaming podcast. And my character had a temporary break, and that character ended up almost shooting someone because of it. Like I almost got one of our teammates, and it was
just killed someone.
My lethality rating almost killed him.
Wow.
So it was very lucky that I had not. If I had lethality, I would have killed him. That's what it was. But
that's why I always ask you at the every Friday session you do that. I'm like, is anyone dead yet?
We've come very close. So anyway, there are a lot of good choices out there for a more narrative driven tabletop. So yeah. Anyway, I think we should wrap this up. We're over time. Let's wrap this up and do the post show.
We started talking about tabletop stuff.
This is our bane, man. We start talking about tabletop, and it's just done.
It just goes.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, I like storytelling. I really found out when I was a bus driver in the bullpen, talking about like bus drivers are just storytellers. We have a tiny thing that appears in our brain. We just over exaggerate it and we make it wild, and it's just that is what D&D storytelling is.
That basically is.
Like the first campaign I had with you guys is like, what would happen in a fantasy world with a drought? Well, druids and wizards would make a bunch of water. Okay, well, let's make wizards. Wizards are extremely rare anyway. Let's make it also, what happens? How do we make it so all the druids go away? Oh, all the druids go away because someone kidnapped them, made them all stuck in animal form.
I'm actually really sad that we didn't continue that specific storyline.
You want to?
Yeah.
We can. It's still in my head.
I mean,
all the notes are still on the thing.
We've lost one of our people.
Who?
He lives over in Bryce. He lives far away. Or will we do it online?
We can do it online.
Oh, there you go.
Just do it online.
Perfect.
We don't have to have maps or anything. Why am I taking? Taking? You're not taking. Huh?
I don't know. What are you taking?
Confusion. Anyway,
thank you, everybody.
Have you haven't stopped the podcast yet? Thank you for watching. Thank you for our 3 Patreons. Keith.
Yep.
Snoops and Schism. We appreciate you very dearly. We will start hopefully getting some stuff talking. You're not talking. You can find this podcast on YouTube and Spotify. Hopefully we'll actually upload it this time, and I won't get a message from Durka Monster being like, I remember when you had a podcast.
Woo!
Woo!
I remember when we
Bye.
had a podcast. Bye. Bye, everybody.